Hi everyone, I'm Cody, W3AMG with Bridgecom Systems. Hope you're doing well today. Today's live stream, we are going to be covering hotspots and local repeaters, some of the pros and cons between them, and we'll do a quick demonstration on how you can get your radio set up for each of them with the UltraCode plug. Awesome. So before we get started, a couple announcements and then we'll do some shout outs here real quick. So on the stream today, we are going to be giving away two things, not one, but two. We're giving away an AnyTone 878 UV2 Plus radio, as well as a Bridgecom Plus 1-year subscription. That's right, so we're going to give away 1 year of Bridgecom Plus today to you folks as well. So we'll have two different items on the live stream today, the exclusive radio we're going to give away. So make sure you sign up for that, and you could be a lucky winner. So let's do some shout outs real quick. Who do we have in the house today? Let's see. David, KD8DLT, good morning. Let's see. Frank, K7ONO. Bob, KC3BPY, good morning. Let's see. Chris, VE7UTV, good morning, Chris. Let's see. Andy, missed on the screen there. Okay. We have a Larry, KZ4LEB. Good morning. We have Peter, AA6UV. Good morning, Peter. Glenn, KC2YGH. Michael, KF6UV. Ray, WB5NVN. Good morning, Ray. Steve, K0STE from Colorado. Awesome, lots of people in the house today. It's going to be a great stream. If you know anyone interested in ham radio, learning more about the radio, and we can help them, be sure to send them this way. I'd love to help people get involved with radio and learn how to use it to the best of their abilities. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we're talking about the hotspot, also known as the Skybridge, as well as a local repeater. So a lot of us get asked all the time is, should I get a hotspot like the Skybridge, or should I use my local repeater? And that's a great question, and it's going to depend on you and your situation. So let's go over a few of them real quick. So for the hotspot, the great thing with the hotspot is you're going to be able to use it pretty much anywhere. So if you're using it in your vehicle, you can hook it up to like a cell phone. Pretty much everyone has one of these cell phones nowadays. You can hook the Skybridge up to that and it will work almost anywhere, connect you to that network around the world. And then with this, you can also use it at your home. You can use it on the go. And the cool part about it is when you're using it on the go, nothing changes. So you can travel across different states. You can still talk to anyone around the world. But you're still going to be talking to that same Skybridge. It just links you into that network. Now the repeater, on the other hand, does have some advantages, because not only if it's a DMR repeater, you'll be able to talk to the DMR network to some extent. Some have some restrictions. That's a great thing with the Skybridge. It's fully unlimited what you can do with it. Some repeaters have some restrictions, what you can talk on, what talk groups. So you don't have any of those restrictions. But the repeater, if everything was to go down, obviously you'll still lose your ability to talk around the world, but you will still have your local communication in your town. So there is some advantages to the repeater in that aspect. But either way, the repeater is obviously, if you have a local repeater, it's a great way to get started with it if you want to do the programming yourself. Now, if you don't have a local repeater, Skybridge is definitely the way to go. What I tend to do personally, I love my Skybridge. I have that. I use it a lot of the time, take it on the go. But then I also have the analog side or just the local side of a lot of the repeaters programmed in. That way, if everything was to go down, I still have local communications, but I've got my Skybridge for when 90% of the time everything's great, I can talk around the world. So either way is going to be great, but there are definitely some advantages to having a Skybridge or a hotspot in your arsenal. So let's do some quick setup here real quick. So I've got two radios. We're going to set one up with the local repeater, and then we're going to set the other one up with the Skybridge. So let's do the Skybridge one first. So today we're going to be using the Ultra Code plug. So I'm going to switch over here to the computer and open up the CPS. Okay, perfect. So we're going to open up the CPS for the radio here real quick. And I apologize if there's any noise. We have some construction going on right outside of the studio. So it might be a little bit noisy during the stream, so just work with us on that, all right? Perfect. So we've got the CPS open. Now you will need a programming cable. So I got my cable here. If you can technically do this just from the radio, but it's going to make it a lot easier if you have the software. Awesome. So we'll plug this in. And for a full in-depth tutorial on taking your radio out of the box, basically start to finish programming, Ron, the owner of KC0QVT, is actually going to be doing a live event coming up where you can tune in and watch him go through the entire process. He'll walk you through everything, taking the radio out of the box, setting it up, even the computer. He's even going to basically get this computer as if he didn't have one before, do the entire thing live. So it's going to be a great event. Sign up for that. Stay tuned and enjoy. But let's continue. So we have the software open. Awesome. Thank you, Eric. We have the software open, and then let's see here. So going to go ahead and plug in the radio real quick. Perfect. So we've got the radio plugged in and turned on. And now I'm going to click the COM port icon in the software. And COM3, there we go. So we have the radio connected. Now for setting that up with the Skybridge, it's really pretty simple. So what we're going to do is, we already know the Skybridge. I've got it powered up here. I can see it's on 446550, it looks like. So in the CPS, I can import my Ultra Code plug. So just go ahead and click Open. And we're going to go to our desktop here, and I have the Ultra Code plug. Let's see, which one of these do I want? I believe it's this one. We'll find out. Oop, must be the first one. There we go. There's the Ultra Code plug. And you're going to see a few different versions. In this case, it's a AnyTone. I believe this is a UV2, but let's make, yep, it is UV2. It's got the green button. So 8782. There we go. This is the one we want, so we're going to open that up. Just like this. And for the Skybridge, here's another great thing with going with a hotspot. You have a few more options when it comes to programming. You can download the Ultra Code plug, and basically it's almost ready to go. You just have to change a few things, add your information to it, and you can just import it to your radio and then start talking with your Skybridge after you add the info to your Skybridge as well. And if you don't want to mess around with any of that, we actually offer a plug-and-play package where you can get the radio and the Skybridge all pre-programmed. So we'll take care of all the hard work. We'll do that for you. So you get it, take it out of the box, start talking on the radio, and you still get your course. That way, your Bridgecom University course, that way down the road, you can learn how to program more stuff into it. So that's another great option going with a hotspot. It gives you a lot more flexibility on what you want to do when it comes to programming. There we go. So file is in the system. So at this point, we want to add some of our information. So we're going to go to the optional settings. And I like to go over to power on and just change the display name. So we'll do, let's see, my name, first name, and then we'll put the call sign down here. Awesome. And then I think everything else is good here. We're good to go. Now we're going to open up the digital tab and go to radio ID list. And this is where you want to put your DMR ID. So I have mine here, 3152688. Oops, don't know what happened there. 3152688. And then our name and call sign. just like that. So we've entered our information in the code plug. Now that's pretty much it. We're ready to send this to the radio. Now, if we wanted to add more to this code plug, we certainly could, but this is going to get us up and running with the Skybridge. So let's go ahead and write to radio here. And I'm going to click OK. And you would want to write the digital contact list as well as the other data. For today, we're not going to do that. We're going to save some time. What that means is we're not going to be able to see people's call signs on the display. So definitely worthwhile writing that data. The Ultra Code plug is going to include that latest list. But for today, we're going to skip that. So click OK. There we go. Perfect. Let's see here. We'll just give that a second to load. Okay. Yeah, and there may, let's see. Looks like there may be a little bit of confusion on the giveaway. We are giving away something today. Maybe they can fill us in on what that is. I want to make sure I didn't mislead anyone there. So we'll straighten that out. Maybe if Gunnar has some of that information, we can discuss that here at the next loading of the software. Awesome. So we're set. We have this in the radio. So now we're ready to try out the Skybridge. We just have to do one more thing before we do that, though. We actually have to add our info to the Skybridge as well. Now, the great thing with the Skybridge compared to a lot of other hotspots is, if we can take a look at it here, we can actually see the IP address that the Skybridge is connected to. That's going to save you hours of searching for information, and especially if you're not super tech savvy, you can just type this IP address in. So we're going to do that, as opposed to trying to pull up your router and get all of your information that way. So we can just type that into any web browser. It doesn't matter if it's on a phone, on a computer, a Mac, a PC. We're going to open up a web browser here real quick. We just need to make sure that the computer is on the same network as the Skybridge, which in this case it is. So let's type that in here. We're looking at 192.168.192.168. I think it's 1.117. Is it 117 or 17? 177. Perfect. There we go. So we are into the Pi-Star setup. So at this point, once you're in your Skybridge, just click on Configuration, and we're going to have a username. That's going to be Pi-Star, and then the password is Raspberry. R-A-S-P-B-E-R-R-Y. There we go, and we are in. So once we are inside of here, a lot of it should be kind of already set up for you. That's a great thing with the Skybridge. We don't leave you hanging when it comes to the software. You don't have to configure the entire Pi-Star system. You just have to add a few basic bits of information. So I've already done mine, but what you will need to is your call sign, your DMR ID. It's going to come standard on the 446-550 frequency. Now you can change this if you want. You just need to make sure your radio is also changed over to said frequency. So we're going to leave it for today. Then you would add your location, latitude, longitude, your town, if you want to add that information, URL, just typically your QRZ page, and then private and public. So private means that it's just going to be you who can talk to the Skybridge. So if other people are out and about around your house, or if you're on the road, wherever with radios, they're not going to be able to use your Skybridge. Now, let's say you're in a household and you want to, maybe yourself, your wife, your kids, you all want to use the Skybridge. Excuse me. Almost sneezed there. If you all want to use the Skybridge, you can set it to public, and that way you'll be able to all use it within that household. Obviously not at literally the same time, but you can use it somewhat simultaneously. So for today, because we have other people in the shop, we're going to set that to private. And then that's pretty much it. You will need a Meister account and a Hotspot security password. If you don't have one, we have videos that show you exactly how to get that. But for today, we've already have that done, so we're set. Just apply the changes and you're all good to go there. So let's try it out. We've got the parrot. We'll see if it works. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG trying out my newly programmed radio. Testing 1, 2, 3. This is W3AMG trying out my newly programmed radio. Awesome. How cool is that? So it works. We're set up with the Skybridge. Now let's move on to the local repeater. So we've got this radio set up. I'm going to take this radio here and we'll do the same with it, just for the local repeater. Now because it's a little bit far away, I am going to use an external antenna. I've got one on kind of just outside the building here in the studio. We don't always get the greatest reception in here, so that should help us with great coverage. Awesome, there we go. So I'm going to get this plugged in. And Gunnar, did you have any information on that giveaway? Okay. Perfect. So we'll keep going here. Awesome. So we've got the radio plugged in. Now at this point, we're going to open up the CPS. Okay, awesome. So we have the CPS open here. Now at this point, we've got the radio plugged in. So we're going to do the same thing with the ultra code plug. So I'm going to import the ultra code plug. Now in this case, what I'm going to do instead, I've already got the ultra code plug in here because we just did that. So what I'm going to do instead in this case is actually export that data, because we're going to have to add local repeater frequencies. So let's show you how that works real quick. So I'm going to go to Tool here in the file system. Okay, so I'm going to go to Tool and then Export. Now at this point I can do Export All, which is going to take everything and move it into a file. So that's what I'm going to do, Export All. And we'll save this to the desktop, and let's make a new folder here real quick. Oops. What's today, the 19th? Okay, so we'll give it a name, save that to, there we go, export all. So we want to save that into a folder. If we just tried to export one file, that's not going to, we could run into troubles there. If we save that to a folder, then everything is going to be, okay, so we'll keep going here. So if we save that to a folder, everything is going to be in one place and the software is not going to get confused. Okay, so while, let's see.
Hey everyone, this is Gunnar, just letting y'all know a little update for the giveaways. So for the Bridgecom Plus exclusive live stream giveaway, we are giving away an AnyTone 878 UV2 Plus. And for the standard giveaway, for all of you guys on the stream right now, we're giving away a Bridgecom Plus annual subscription and a super code plug. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you, Gunnar. So there we have it. There's a little bit of confusion today with the what we're giving away and who's that for. So the exclusive giveaway and the standard giveaway. So if you're part of Bridgecom Plus, you have access to exclusive giveaways. So make sure you sign up for Bridgecom Plus so you can take part in the exclusive giveaways. Awesome, there we go, export complete. So we are all set here, and great, so we've got the export done. So I'm gonna back out here. We'll go to our code plug we just created or saved. Now at this point, you'll need some kind of numbers processor, whether that's Excel, Google Sheets. You know, there's a lot of programs out there that can do this, free and paid. So I'm going to use Excel today, but you can use anything for it. So we are going to open up the, let's see, where is it? The channel section. Just have to find it here real quick. Channel, here we go. So I'm going to open this up. Now at this point, we're going to be able to make the changes for our local repeaters frequencies. Now if you don't know what your local repeaters frequencies are, or if you have one, what you can do is go over to a web browser and go to repeaterbook.com. Now repeaterbook is a list that compiles everything. You can actually put it on a map and find out where everything is, all the different repeaters out there. It's honestly brilliant. So we're going to enter repeater book and go to North American repeaters. And let's see, we're going to select our state, Missouri. There we go. And let's look for a DMR repeater. You can filter by a lot of different options here. So we'll filter by DMR. Okay. Awesome. Now I'm going to search for KCI. That's the one that's actually just up north here in Trimble. That is the repeater we'll be using today. So I'll open that in a new tab. But I want to show you another cool feature which is great for finding repeaters close to you. We can go up here to the top and click on map results and then click on map results again. And this will actually populate everything on a map. So we can see all the different repeaters within our area. And you can use control and scroll, and then you can zoom in and out so we can see different repeaters in the area. So great option there if you want to locate some. So we have a repeater. We want to make sure it's a Meister network. There we go. It's on the Meister network. So let's see, what do we want to use? Different time slots. So look, time slot 1, and awesome. Let's go back over here to the CPS or the Excel program. Oops. Here we go. Perfect. So we are inside of this. Now at this point we want to change the frequency. So if we go back out here to our repeater, we have our frequency. So the downlink is 444-4625 and the uplink is 449-4625. Now uplink is always going to be up to the repeater, so from the radio's perspective that's transmit, and then downlink is going down from the repeater, so radio's perspective that's going to be receive. I always like to think of radios on the ground and repeaters in the air. Repeaters are typically up high and you want good elevation, and people with radios are typically down on the ground. So there we go. So we've got that written down, color code 4, and it looks like time slot 1. So we'll back out here and add this information. Now there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do find and replace. You can, there's a lot of different options how you can change this information. Now the way I typically do this is just type in the new frequency. So receive, that's going to be the downlink, so 444.4625. There we go. And we can just literally drag this down as far as we want. So we can go throughout the entire code plug and change this. So pretty simple here. Now some of these, looks like these are different, so we'll leave them alone. And there we go. It's all changed, just like that. That easy. And now we have the, that frequency has been changed over. Now we just have to do the other one. We'll do the transmit, so that's going to be, uplink is 449-4625. And drag this down. And you know, to those of you who are daunted by this, it's not super difficult. I know there's a lot of information here, but it's pretty simple to jump in here and change these frequencies. We have a video that shows you how, so if you have any trouble, go back and watch that video. It'll help you out with it. So there we go. We have those changed. Now we do need to make sure the color code and time slot are correct. So let's find the color code here real quick. So color code 1, we want color code 4. So color code 4, we'll add this to all of them. Looks like Make sure we're on the right one here. There we go, color code 4. And now we just have the time slot left to do, which is over here. Time slot 1. Okay, so it looks like we do need to change most of these over. So we'll go up and do that. Time slot 1. Perfect, so they're all changed over now. Now at this point, we are in pretty good shape here. We've changed everything over, so it should work with our local repeater. Now what we want to do is go to File, and then let's see, Save As. And we will save this to, we should be able to just replace this. So if we save it to that same folder, there we go, replace, okay. Perfect, so we have completely replaced that with the new information. So now if we open up the CPS again, make sure we have the right one here. Okay. So if we open this code plug up, so we're going to do Tool and Import. Oops. There we go, just click OK. We're going to import from File List. And now at this point, there it is. So just click Open. And yes. And you can use the same process we just did to transfer information from radio to radio. So if you have an older radio or a radio like a mobile and a handheld, you can do the export and then import that information onto your next radio. And that's going to make everything seamless as opposed to getting band errors and everything like that. So if you can't just take the code plug file and change it over, then this is definitely the way to go. Okay, so we're just waiting on that. And this is a great time. If you guys have any questions, please ask them. We want to answer some questions here for you in a minute. So make sure to ask your questions, get those out there so we can get those answers for you. Also, if you have any questions for us anytime, whether it's during the live stream or not, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and press 2, and we'd love to help you. You know, if you need help with your radio, need help learning about your radio, what it can do for you, we'd love to show that to you. So give us that opportunity and give us a call. Awesome. So we're just waiting for this to import here. Give it a few more minutes. Do we have any questions just in the meantime? Has anyone asked any questions yet?
Awesome. Before we go over the questions, just letting you all know, for those of you who are not in the Discord private server for BridgeCom Plus, we are sending out an email right now with a link to the BridgeCom Plus exclusive giveaway for y'all to join that. And now for some questions here. Michael Stovall asks, I thought my plug and play would be set up to hit my local repeaters. I don't know how to do this, and it wasn't set up. I thought it would be. How do I do this?
Hey, that's a great question. Awesome. Thank you for asking. So the plug and play packages, they're set up so the radio and the Skybridge are going to work together to connect you to the Meister network and talk to people around the world. So it's actually going to probably do the same, if not more, than your local repeater using that if it's a DMR repeater. The Skybridge is going to allow you to talk to more people. But if you want to talk to your local repeater, maybe it's an analog repeater, something like that, it's very easy to add that in. And that's effectively what we're doing here. This is just on a larger scale. But if you simply wanted to add in like an analog repeater, you would just go to Repeater Book, find that information, and if I jump into the screen here, I can even kind of show you how that would work. We'll just find a blank spot, so just double click, and you would just basically give it a name, add your received transmit frequency. If it's analog, select analog, you know, etc., and just add all your information in. It's really that simple. We have videos that show you how to do this, so if you need help, definitely give us a call. We'll get you set up with the right information. But no, everything's all good. The plug and play should be set up to work with the Skybridge and the Meister network. You know, it'd be nice if we could program everyone's local repeater in. Unfortunately, there's just no way to test that, but it's super easy to add that information afterwards. Awesome, so we're ready to go here. We have the information in. Let me double check that my radio ID is in here. I think it is. Oh, I guess not. So we'll put that in. So let's see. 3152688. There we go. And then go to the optional settings here. I like to go to power on and put my name and call sign in here. Just like that. Awesome. So we are all set up, ready to go here. And we have this set up. It should work with our local repeater at this point. It is a good idea. Let me double check. This is not set to simplex. Nope. We're good there. I believe we should be set. So let's go ahead and make sure the radio is connected, which it is. And we are going to write to radio. Now I'm just going to do the other data to save time today. But do we have any more questions?
Ken Heron asks, call sign WQ9V. I don't have Facebook. Will that limit my chance to win the giveaway?
Not at all, actually. You do not need Facebook to enter the giveaway. All you need, I believe, is just a name, call sign, email address, something like that. It's very simple. We have a link to the giveaway in this video right now, so you can enter that giveaway and get started, have your opportunity to win. Again, there's two separate giveaways. The exclusive one for BridgeCom Plus members, and then our standard giveaway we're giving away right here on the stream. Well, looks like we got an error here. We'll give it another shot. Any more questions?
We'll do some more questions here. And just letting y'all know, we'll be pulling the winner for the giveaway at 11:40, so make sure you get signed up for that, both giveaways. And for questions, Tracy asks, here's a question. Texas has the Lone Star network. Says it is connected to TG3148, but that is not the same as BridgeCom TG3148. Any clues? Seems odd to me.
Yeah, that's a great question. So if it's like a talk group number, you should be able to connect to it and import it just as a standard talk group. If it's a Brandmeister talk group, that will be easy to do. Now you don't just have to talk to Brandmeister talk groups. You can use TGIF talk groups and other networks if you configure your Skybridge to do that. So if it's a real talk group, you should be able to talk on it. Hopefully you could elaborate on your question a little bit if you need some more help there.
Here's another one. Philip asks, what is the difference in the Brandmeister network and the TGIF networks?
Brandmeister and TGIF. Absolutely. So they're very similar. They kind of do the same thing. Brandmeister just seems to be the growing and more popular one. A lot of people seem to like Brandmeister, so that's kind of what we gravitated towards. But I think they're all good networks. In the Skybridge, you can use it to talk with either.
Ken WQ9V asks, does the Skybridge have Wi-Fi?
That's a great question. So the Skybridge does. It will connect to Ethernet, like hardwire, like we have here, or you can connect it up to your local home Wi-Fi network, or if you have one of these cell phones, you can connect it up to a Wi-Fi hotspot. Pretty much most cell phones now will do it, and that way you can use your Skybridge almost anywhere.
Andy asks, can two talk groups be active on the same time slot at the same time?
Yeah, that's two talk groups on the time slot at the same time. That's a great question. So I assume you're talking about for a local repeater. They have, I believe, that is a very good question. I don't have a lot of experience with that myself. Typically, I don't think you can. I think they'd have to be on different time slots. So that's why you have two time slots on the repeater. So one is oftentimes left open for certain things. So you would just have to have one of them open at a time on a repeater, I believe. But if you have more questions, definitely give us a call, 816-532-8451, and one of our more technical people could definitely help you out with that. Looks like we're getting an error here, so Eric was nice enough to get me another programming cable. We'll try it out. We've used this for hundreds and hundreds of programmings at this point, so maybe something happened to it. We'll give this new cable a shot here real quick. Hopefully that was the problem, but we'll find out. Things can happen, so always fun doing live shows. So we just restarted the radio here real quick. See if that makes a difference. It's interesting because it looked like it could see the radio, it just wasn't happy about it. So I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. We'll try this again. We can see the radio, and we'll write to the radio. Other data, yep, we should be set. There we go. %. Well, let's keep doing some questions.
Michael asks, how do I get the CPS? Does it come with the plug and play? It wasn't set up like I thought it would be. I can't access my local repeaters.
Okay, yeah, so kind of a few questions there. So the plug and play, kind of as we just discussed, is going to set you up with the Skybridge to talk to people all around the world out of the box. Now, if you want to talk to your local, like hometown repeaters, it's super simple. 2 websites you'll want, I'll show them to you here real quick, is repeaterbook.com. You can find all your repeater information there, like we did today. And then you'll also want bridgecomsystems.com, and just go to the support section up in the top menu bar, click support, and then you want to scroll down until you find your radio. Your radio will be listed here if you got it from us, and you can download the appropriate CPS and software. So it looks like we're having some trouble here, so not sure what's going on. I'm going to attempt to try this with our other radio that we just set up for the Skybridge. So we'll see. I pulled another radio off the shelf today that we don't usually use, so maybe there's a reason it was on the shelf. So let's try this one here real quick. So see if we can write to this one. We just did, so we should be okay. Plug that in. Awesome. So we're going to write to radio. Here we go. It's working this time. Looks like something we'll have to. Could be a firmware version thing. We'll have to figure out what was going on here. But this one's working great. So perfect. So we've got this all set up. So now we can unplug our radio, and I'm going to switch our antenna over here. And we'll try out our work with the local repeater. Just like that. Okay, so it looks like the So it looks like I'm just looking at the VFO, but my normal VFO button is not programmed to do that. Let's see here. We'll have to program our button here real quick. So you want to make sure you get your optional settings right when you're doing this. I believe I must have changed something there. So we'll do radio set, and hopefully you can see this here. We're going to go down to key function, and P2 short. Oops, I'm going to change that over to, let's see, where is it? I believe we want this VFO option here. Give that a shot. Perfect, there we go. There we go, so we have all our different zones. So we're going to do, let's see if I can find the standard Skybridge zone here real quick. Skybridge zone, perfect. So we've got it. Let's see, can we find the parrot? All 50 states. Oh, it's not showing us. Let me go into settings here real quick. Looks like I changed a couple settings, I believe. So we'll go over to other function. Maybe it's under display function. Channel name. Yeah, we've got it set to channel, so it should be showing us. Interesting. It's not showing us the 50 states. Well, we're going to try to talk on something here real quick. Unless this is... We're going to try talking on one of the 50 states. We'll see what happens here. This is Cody, W3AMG, trying out my newly programmed radio. Anyone out there today? Okay, so not getting anyone there. It looks like it went through okay. Let me see if I can figure out what happened in the CPS, because it doesn't look like what I'm used to, like we had over on the other radio. Let's find out what's going on here. So if we go to our zone, Skybridge zone. Oop, looks like I understand. Here's what happened. So the Skybridge zone does not have anything in it. So the states in the Skybridge zone are empty. No wonder we can't talk to anyone. So we're going to fill that up. Okay, and I believe we do, I think that's it. And now we're going to fill up the 50 states. So you always want to make sure your zones actually have something in them. If they don't, you might have trouble. So we'll go down here and add all of the states. Just like that, perfect. So we are all set there. I'm going to plug the radio back in, we'll write to it again, and then try out that parrot. Make sure it's connected. Awesome, other data. We should be good. So it looks like when we re-imported everything, for some reason those zones did not fill up with the channels. So sometimes stuff like that can happen. So if you run into a situation where things just aren't quite right, always good to retrace your steps. Just make sure everything is good, and we'll get it straightened out. So we'll let this write to the radio here real quick. Oops, connection problem again. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. I'm going to try a different USB port on my computer in case that's giving us problems here. Okay. Right to radio. We'll try restarting the radio here real quick. I'm going to say it's probably a computer issue, considering we had 2 cables and 2 radios, and it's still giving us a problem. So hopefully this other USB port will work better. So we'll let this connect here. Yep. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, well, let's see. Well, so looks like we're having some trouble here getting it to actually write to the radio. It looks like it's some kind of computer issue. I'll have to restart. Probably have to restart the computer, find out what's going on there. But we got it set up with the Skybridge, and we've got it set up with the local repeater now. We may be able to talk to someone somewhere based on this. in one of the international countries, because those are programmed in. So that's pretty much it. So you can talk to a local repeater. Setup is generally a little bit more complicated on that if you want to set it up for the entire like ultra code plug, or you can get a hotspot. It will go with you anywhere. And the cool thing about that is you've set it up once and you can travel with it, and no matter where you go, you don't have to set it up again. Whereas with a repeater system, if you go to a new town, you have to have a whole new almost code plug for that repeater if you want to have all the DMR networks. So local repeaters are great for just local analog communication. That's what I tend to use them for. But for the entire network, it's going to be a lot easier for you with the Skybridge. Okay, so do we have any more questions now?
We will go over here a couple questions, and then we're going to pull the winners for the giveaway. Okay. Eric asks, can you use the same code plug for the Skybridge as the HT, or does licensing require that you buy one for each?
Absolutely. So if you purchase the code plug, that you are free to use it with any of your radios. I believe it will probably only let you download it a couple times, but as long as you keep it on your computer, you can use it with all your radios. Absolutely, it's yours.
Mark asks, if you have an older contact list, what happens with the new users?
Yeah, great question. So if you have an old contact list, the new users obviously are not going to be in that. I think what you might be referring to is if you have an older radio that can't support the entire contact list yet, what do you do about that? So basically you just don't import the entire contact list. You just have to stick with an old version of it.
All right, we have winners for the giveaways. For the standard weekly live stream giveaway, our winner is going to be Mike Williams, WA2VLA. If you are here, let us know in the chat.
Awesome, the standard giveaway winner. And let's see if Mike is here. What is Mike winning?
Mike will be winning an annual subscription to BridgeCom Plus and a super code plug.
Awesome. If Mike is here, he's going to win himself an annual subscription, 1 year free for BridgeCom Plus, I believe, I believe it's a year free annual subscription. So a BridgeCom Plus and a free super code plug. So that's like a, what, $150 value right there. So awesome. Let's see if he's in the house. And if not, we'll have to draw another winner. Perfect. Mike is in the house. Congratulations to you. You have just won yourself a subscription to BridgeCom Plus, totally free, as well as a super code plug, so you can get your radio set up with your hotspot or your local repeater, talking to people around the world. Congratulations. Let's see who's next for the BridgeCom Plus exclusive giveaway.
Okay, our winner for the Plus exclusive giveaway is going to be Marty Peck, WB0YTV. If you're here, let us know.
WB0YTB, B or V. Let's see. Awesome. Is Marty in the house? And remember, folks, we're always here to help you. So if you have questions, give us a call, 816-532-8451. Or reach out to us. We'd love to help you with your radio. And if you know anyone, send them this way. Help them get into ham radio. We'd love to help people. That's our mission here. Help as many people as we can get in the radio. Awesome. Is Marty in the house? Awesome. Congratulations. Marty is here. Perfect. So he has just won himself a brand new 878 UV2 Plus handheld radio, latest and greatest DMR radio on the market. Congratulations to you. We will get your information and get you a brand new radio shipped out to your door. So that is awesome. Our first BridgeCom Plus exclusive winner. How cool is that? So if you want to sign up for BridgeCom Plus, remember, you can do so. You'll get all kinds of exclusive access, different sales, different specials, exclusive giveaways. A lot of cool stuff. There's even a whole community for BridgeCom Plus members. So make sure you check that out if it interests you, sounds cool. It's pretty reasonable, so it's easy to get into. And then also, we do have our owner, Ron, KC0QVT, is going to be doing a live training coming up soon. I believe it will be on a Saturday. We have a sign up for that, so make sure you sign up so you can attend that. It's going to be neat. It's going to walk you start to finish through everything, go in all kinds of detail, and he'll be there for questions too. So that's all I have for today. Congratulations to the winner. Hopefully you're all going to do well in your amateur radio journey. We're here to make sure you are successful. Once again, have questions, give us a call, 816-532-8451. That's all I have for today. I'm Cody, W3AMG 73.